Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another new movie review. This was supposed to have gone up last Saturday, but go check out my little life update chit-chatty video I did for Weird Wednesday, and you can find out why I didn't, basically. But I'm going to be talking about It Comes at Night, which I was so excited to see. I think I mentioned it probably a couple weeks ago. It was like, I don't know what I was doing. It was like movies I was excited to see or something. I don't really know. But I was really excited to see it. Really happy I got to see it. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. It Comes at Night is directed by, sorry, I need to look at the name, Trey Edward Schultz, and is about a family trying to survive some sort of like mysterious, unknown to the audience virus or epidemic type thing when a young family comes and tries to seek refuge in the main family's house. I'm really bad at movie summaries, aren't I? So yeah, let's just get right into what I liked about this movie, because I liked a lot of stuff about this movie. The first biggest thing that I really loved about It Comes at Night, and what I think it did really well, was build tension. It did such a good job at making me uncomfortable and kind of like uncomfortable to the point where I wanted to cover my eyes and peek through my fingers at the movie. And they do this mainly with their lack of cutting in a lot of particularly high tension scenes in the movie. Instead of, God, I can't talk today. Instead of cutting or doing jump cuts or whatever between shots, the director will do slow pans across the scene or the setting to what, like, it'll be like, instead of like a shot reaction shot sort of thing, you'll see a character reacting and you just slow pan around to whatever it is. And I mean it's slow, like it makes you so fucking tense. Like you have no idea what's gonna be on the other end of that camera, and it just takes its time getting there. And oh my God, does it build tension. I was on the edge of my seat. I mean, I was in a recliner seat, so I wasn't really on the edge of my seat. Figuratively, I was on the edge of my seat. Segueing from that, reactions from characters, this film definitely relies on character reactions more than showing you something scary, if that makes sense. The main character, which is the son of the family, Travis, the character's name. The main character, Travis, which is the son of our main character family. Main character family, is that a thing? I don't know. He has a lot of very vivid dreams, and there's a lot of things that he sees within these dreams that are, I guess, very terrifying, but you don't actually really see a whole lot of that. You mostly see his reactions to it. And to me, that was way scarier. I think it was just because the actor emoted it so damn well. I really enjoy that a whole lot. I don't think that would work for every single movie, like relying on character reactions as opposed to showing something scary. But every now and then I see a movie like this that uses that a lot, that uses that technique, I guess you would call it, a lot, and it works really well for me a lot of times. And then again, kind of jumping off of that, the actor that played Travis, his name is, I don't have it written down because I wanted to say it, Kelvin Harrison Jr. He did a fucking superb job. He plays Paul's son, Joel Edgerton's son. And he's kind of like the main character of the movie, really. And he, my voice cracked so bad when I did that. Puberty sucks, you guys. He did so well. Like his facial expressions, his emotions, the way he reacted to things and emoted things was brilliant. I was completely drawn into his character, and I was totally invested in his character and what happened to him as the movie progressed. So I think he did a wonderful job, and I have never seen him in anything else. I actually didn't look up what else he has been in, but I'm going to when I'm done editing this video. But I haven't seen him in anything else, but that kid's going places, seriously. And then jumping off of that, his character is really what sold the story for me. I felt like this was really a coming of age story. I found the character of Travis really relatable. You really don't know what time this is set in. I mean, you can kind of guess it's kind of modern, but there's really no tells as to what decade we're actually in or what year we're actually in. Definitely more modern, but it could be like, I don't know, you could probably sell it as like early 2000s or like late 90s or something, probably. People out there that have seen it are probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? You so stupid. But I don't know, it just felt like really relatable as a young person because, like I said, the focus is on Travis and a lot of it is from his point of view. There's really not a whole lot of the movie that you see that isn't from his point of view. But I felt like it was kind of just like telling the story of like the young generation, you know what I mean? Like the young adults, like, so like Travis definitely doesn't relate to his parents. So this is like a survivalist time. So his parents have gone into survival mode. And this movie really has a whole lot to do with, you know, what happens during an epidemic or what happens when people are scared and their backs are against the wall and the lengths that they'll go to protect their loved ones. And his parents, Travis's parents, have kind of taken on that role. Whereas Travis is really altruistic, he's really young, he's naive. And despite the situation, he's just trying to be kind and generous to everybody, and that creates friction, especially with Joel Edgerton's character, his dad. Because, you know, they're kind of butting heads. Like Travis, you can tell, doesn't agree with his father's decisions most of the time. And I think that's like just that's just something like any young person or any teenager can relate to, like not understanding your parents, not agreeing with your parents. And then when this younger family comes in, Travis's hormones kind of go a bit wild with Kim's character. She is the wife in the young couple. She's the wife, and she's younger, definitely still older than Travis, but a little bit younger, and he's definitely attracted to her, you know, sexually. You know, he's a young kid. I think he's like, his character's like 17 in the movie or something like that. So I really saw this as a coming of age kind of story, as weird as it sounds, but it was just super relatable, like as a young person as well. I'm not 17, but I was 17 once, and I can relate to his character on that level. And I think this is going to be a really interesting movie to watch in hindsight, given kind of, I think it says a lot about like generational gaps, you know, like, I mean, throughout history, you can always point to like the younger generations protesting the decisions of like the older generations and just not like their ideals not meshing, or like they're butting heads because of their ideals and things like that. So I think it's kind of something that transcends time, I think, too. I think you could relate it to a lot of different decades. But I think this is going to be a really interesting movie to watch and analyze in hindsight, for sure. I really don't have much to say about what I disliked about this movie, except stop putting dogs in scary movies. I swear to fucking God. Every time I see a dog in the trailer for a scary movie, I always question whether I want to watch it or not, because nothing ever good comes from that. I'm gonna go ahead and give this 5 Kelvin Harrison Jr.'s at 5. I really enjoyed this movie. I think part of my enjoyment is I knew like nothing going into this movie. I saw one trailer. That was it. I did not look up anything else about this movie before going in. My brother asked me what it was about as we were walking into the theater, and I'm like, I don't really know. There's like a family and a red door and a dog, and I don't know. So I think that kind of helped my enjoyment of it. So I really think you guys should definitely watch it. I recommend it. If you don't like the slower movies though, then it's not for you. As sad as it is for me to say that, I think everyone should see it, but you probably won't like it if you are more into the fast-paced type horror movies. yeah. On IMDb right now, it has a 7.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes was probably the most surprising. It has an 86% critic rating, which I'm not surprised at all. 44% audience rating. I'm definitely gonna go back and see what audiences are saying about it, because I'll just be interested to see. I'm not really surprised that they rate it so low, because I don't think it's gonna meet everybody's expectations. Anyways, on Roger Ebert, it has a 3.5 out of 4. So if you've seen It Comes at Night yet, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it, especially if you didn't like it. Not to discredit anybody that liked the movie, but if you didn't like it, I really want to know why, because I just am interested to know why. Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on all my social media stuff in the description box. I'm on like everything, like Letterboxd now. I'm still working on uploading on that more frequently. I'll get there. And if you're new here, subscribe to become a creepy peep today. And until next time, stay strange. Bye.